Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 2023 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It means more to me than you guys will ever know. It's helping me get back onto the YouTube algorithm, which I have fallen off of because I had to take a break to take care of sick family members. So thank you so much for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. You guys are the absolute best and are getting me seen again by that YouTube algorithm, which is absolutely amazing. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, I want to apologize for my voice. I am suffering from really bad allergies. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Ooh, I love that it just popped right out. The Seven of Cups. So we need to be mindful of falling into dreams. I'm just seeing like fantasy overtakes reality quite easily, okay, at times, Scorpio. So we just need to be very aware of that during this time. So just know that here. It can even be like what we desire to be true over what is true, or somebody telling us something and they're coming to us mostly with fantasy instead of something viable. So just be aware of this. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. So here we have light. So during a new moon, there isn't much light, right? So here, there is a real centering of the light within us. There is a real sense of calling upon light, meditating, looking at a candle, or just calling upon the light of the universe to enter our bodies and to illuminate us during the darkness. That's going to be very powerful. It's even like calling down the stars' energy into us. It doesn't feel like a lot, but it is going to be quite a bit. So this is going to be a very powerful time for us. So the new moon is on the 19th of May. It is 25 degrees Taurus, and this is the sign of stability. This is the sign of growth. And this is the time where we want to set our intentions. Not only is Taurus the most magnificent at manifestation, but so is the new moon. The new moon is the time where we set intentions, we say what it is that we want. There's a burst of energy, there's a burst of emotional balance that leads us forward with a new moon. And so that's going to be very, very, very important for us, especially that emotional balance coming in. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So it's very interesting. If you're born on the cusp with Libra, or you have Libra in your chart, totally check out that reading because there's a lot of Scorpio energy that came through rather intensely, and it's rather something to be aware of during this time because I do see the tower here, and that's why it's making me think of that reading. So check that out. If you want to, don't. If you don't, that's totally cool. Okay, so let's look at everything this moon has to offer astrologically. So the most powerful aspect during this new moon is Jupiter squared Pluto. And that's huge. This is called the Millionaire Maker because we are so driven during this time. Our keywords are success and power and influence. They are our driving forces. And astrologers call this the Millionaire Builder. But we also need to be mindful because it's the Millionaire Builder. Yeah, people can come out really lucky and really on top, but it can also leave others in crippling debt. So we need to be mindful and we need to be careful during this time. We need to utilize our energy and be wise. That's why we need to be mindful of people coming to us with illusions. So there could be somebody who comes in and it's like, oh, this can get you really rich. And it's like, okay, but what the heck isn't? You know? So I'm kind of seeing like cryptocurrency, right? Where it's like, but what is it? Type of thing coming forward. So just be aware of this. We have 5 planets in Taurus. We have Jupiter, we have Mercury, we have Uranus, we have the moon, and we have the sun. We also have the North Lunar Node, which is the head of the dragon coming in. So there's a real sense that the grounding energy of Taurus is just playing this huge factor during this time. We also have Mars squared Jupiter, which helps us to start new projects, to see new things, to really move on. And we're really detail oriented. We're going to be really great at starting new projects and walking through new opportunities. There are going to be people on our side. We're not really into right now. We're not really into making new friends and, building new relationships and starting new things. We want the tried and true. And we're going to find that during this time, we go back to, the people who have proven themselves to us. We are going through a bit of a tower moment. Now, don't be afraid. It's just going to be an awakening. And there is a sense of something has to be destroyed in order for us to rebuild. And it can't even be just the way that we look at things. So with Mars square Jupiter, we're willing to take risks for long-term success. We're looking at those new projects. We need to be mindful of the battles we're fighting, what we choose to fight and what we don't. So here with the tower, there's this really intense energy of some things falling apart, okay? Of stepping out and even stepping out of a time that could have been for 16 years, 16 years, 16 days, days, weeks, months, years, but around 16, it could be even at the age of 16. There has been so much emotional upheaval around us. And it doesn't matter how old we are now that we could be stepping out of or, really coming to see that emotional upheaval for the chaos driver that it was in our lives and really looking at the way to steady things. Divinity is absolutely with us. We have the repeat of the number 3 twice. And divinity is telling us to mind the intricate things, to be careful, to be mindful, to be intricately, driven during this time. There's a complexity around our dreams and what we are creating. Our mind is going to be so powerful and we're not even going to realize it. We're caught a lot in the past of chaos. But we can make that past of chaos work for us. We're not completely coming out of it, right? Because the tower isn't upside down. We could have things mirroring really chaotic, upsetting times for us, which I know nobody wants, but it is something to be mindful of during this time that can derail us. So if we are aware of it, we'd be like, oh, okay, this is happening, but this is not my forever. I do not live in the past. I do not live in the future. I live in the present right now. And that is what's guiding me forward. With the 3 of Pentacles, we're going to be guarding our money, which is very, very smart. This is the millionaire maker, right? And we don't make millions by throwing away our money. So here, just mind your money. That's going to be really important. There's a sense of focusing on your dreams. Intricate work. Here she's creating a blanket, right? We're going to be doing the intricate work to move things forward. Some things during this time can feel fiddly. They could feel, just monotonous. It can feel like I'm not getting ahead, but that's because you're doing things slowly, carefully, and methodically. And that's going to bring a lot of prosperity and a lot of success forward your way. The 4 of Swords reversed. Okay, I should probably hold up these cards while I'm saying it, but that's the 3 of Pentacles, the Tower, the 3 of Cups. Crowning everything is the 2 of Wands. Doors are opening. We're seeing ourselves move forward. We're looking at a brighter horizon and really a sense of, well, where do I want to be? What do I need for this? Where am I headed? And this can seem really selfish to us at the time. It's not going to be. We're asking the big questions about us and what we're doing with our energy of our dreams. We need to be mindful not to be consumed by dreams, but to make dreams work for us. And that can sound challenging, but we walk between the veil of the seen and the unseen world. And so this is going to be rather sacred, almost second nature to us. So how do I weave together, what is created in my mind or what is coming into creation? And how do I weave it into creation during this time? We need to sleep and we need to dream. That's going to be one of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves. There's a part of us that is asleep that we're not ready to awaken yet. Being aware of this is going to be very important because it's like, okay, what am I still afraid of? That this isn't going to be awakened. we're not sleeping as well as we should be. We have our armor on, meaning we're protecting ourselves even when we sleep. So just knowing that and really focusing on good night's sleeps, really focusing on centering ourselves, on saying my health matters, can be highly beneficial for us. We have the repeat of the number 4. This is, we have this twice. This is a human number, very much so. There is very much a sense of looking at security, looking at stability. That's going to be very important to us during this time. We're releasing a lot of negative energy. This is vampiric energy. This is energy that trips us up, that holds us back. So here with the 4 of Pentacles reversed, this is letting go of energy that blocks our chakras, our head chakra, our heart chakra, our solar plexus chakra, our earth star chakra, and even our soul star chakra, where it's almost like that thread that runs through us that connects us to the universe, right? And connects us to the earth, like the core of the earth. That's how I see it. And so here, we're releasing so much to be freed. But we're releasing a lot of negativity that has guided us for a really long time. Energy that has drained us. So when we release it, and we can find a surge of energy comes forward, or we start to reclaim our energy, we can feel out of sorts. We can feel out of alignment with ourselves. So if we could do something like Qigong or meditation or whatever it is to get us back into alignment, and I have Spring Forest Qigong linked in the description box below, that can be just so beneficial for us and so empowering because we're letting go of what we might not be letting go right away, but we're definitely seeing and releasing a lot of chaos that has been around us, okay? And that has been draining us. It brings us to the 8 of Pentacles. We are so good at working during this time. We are so good at setting tasks, getting things done, looking at, as much as we might be, again, annoyed by the fiddly bits, like the intricate bits, we're very good at it. And we're going to be seeing that we're protecting, but we're progressing our path, and we're progressing and improving our craft as to how we need to move forward, where we want to be, and what we desire for our lives. We can fall into work during this time easy peasy. I mean, we can really, really, really get into getting everything that's just right, working really hard, saving up that extra money, looking at things differently, investing or looking about events, investing. We can get really, really serious during this time, which isn't a bad thing, but it can mean that everything else just goes on the back burner. So just be aware of this. We're working, we're determined, we're, here he's carving pentacles into the metal. So with each one, he gets better and better and better. With each time we pour ourselves into our work, we're getting better and better and better. We're going to see that improvement, which is going to make us just, work harder, go longer. So just be aware of this. Be mindful of burnout during this time, especially since we don't really want to rest. So, or we're not giving ourselves time to rest, or we don't have the grace because we have so many deadlines. So be aware of this. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, but guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. I love that the tower has change over it. So there's a huge change coming in. Now, the tower is simply change, like change that we don't step back from. We're always going to be, changed by. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so I just have to start here because this is just too funny. Sometimes, spirit really has a sense of humor. We have fear right here coming up. This is over the 4 of Swords. There's going to be messages coming to us in our dreams. We might be aware of it. We might not be. It's based around our fear. This is why we're even cutting our sleep, down. It can be because we're just afraid. And instead of resting and taking care of ourselves, we will mindlessly scroll or we'll do something that's just pleasurable for us in the moment, right? Instead of taking care of ourselves. And here it says work through your fear, and it's reversed. It's the new moon in Scorpio reversed. So we can be our own worst enemy during this time. We need to look at our fear and release it instead of being caged in it, because we're caged in it in our solar plexus, in our energy of being able to create. So just be aware of this during this time, Scorpio. We're crowned with the fact that we don't want to surrender to the moon. We don't. We really want things to kind of work out in the way that we want them to work out, which is a very common theme during this time. But here we're being told to meditate and contemplate. And we're going to be actually very good at meditating and contemplating. So seriously, take time to meditate, to slow down. Even if your meditation is washing the dishes or vacuuming the floor or something like that, something that is a kind of mindless, repetitive task that can pull you into yourself. You need that because doors are opening and there's a clear-sightedness that needs to be had. We then have here, it's a time for healing, but we don't feel very powerful. That's why we need to rely on those that we love and we trust. All right. And if we don't have those people in our lives, then it's our angels, it's our spirit guide, it's our connection with the universe, the divine, that's going to be so important to us, imperative to us. It's interesting because we have so much change coming forward. We have the tower, and then we have the change coming in with the moon, and then we have adjustments are required, but it's reverse. So we're not going to want to make the adjustments for this change that's coming. It's going to force us to. It will be better to make the change and to kind of see this flow carrying us forward than to fight it. That's going to be exhausting. So just be aware of this, that we're fighting something that Spirit's like, this is inevitable. Stop fighting it. It leads us to a new start. It's coming. We need to embrace the darkness. And that's going to be hard for us. The darkness, the endless expanse of the universe. Here we have the Three of Pentacles, that working together, that coming together, that being mindful of the tasks that we're doing. Here, embracing the universe within us is going to be so important because it's a new start. There's a new power coming for us, coming in us, moving us forward. And it leads us to, that resistance of working through our fears. But if we don't work through our fears, we won't change. The new start won't come. There's something here that we are apprehensive about, that Spirit's like, you have to face this. You have to start. And it has to do with our dreams. Spirit said we could be drowned by our dreams, but we can also be completely liberated by them. Your dreams, okay, well, here we go. Your dreams need a practical plan, and we're not nourishing that. Nourishment is reversed, and that's around the vampiric energy, the release of vampiric energy. It's like, okay, without that drain on us, we can be channeling our energy somewhere else, but it's almost like we feel wonky. It's like, I don't know, I don't feel good type of thing, because we're releasing so much negativity from us, and we need to heal those wounds. We need clear boundaries, okay, as we're working, as we're developing. And it says here, don't let the past hold you back. But that's exactly what we're doing. We're letting the past hold us back, especially in our work, especially if we have failed at certain things before. We are definitely letting the past hold us back. And that's going to be something to be aware of during this time, that the past is creeping forward and stealing our joy of the present. Our subconscious spirit message, our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is everything just moving too fast. It's moving too fast. It's too much for us to keep up with. It moves us to the subconscious spirit message, which is blessed reversed. We don't feel blessed. Spirit's like, no, you have to remember you are blessed. You have to. That's going to be a really big thing. Remember that you are blessed. Write it. Write it down. Write it on the back of your hands if you need to. Our subconscious tarot message is the Seven of Cups. As much as we have to be mindful of our dreams, that's why Spirit kept on having us pulled back to this energy here, to the Seven of Cups. Subconsciously, we're guided by our dreams. We can't be drowned by them. Subconsciously, this is the energy that's driving us. It's leading us forward. It's empowering us. Our dreams are empowering us. But we need not be consumed by them, or by anybody else's dreams for that matter. Our subconscious tarot message, moon message, is abundance reversed. And confidence is your key to success. We're not feeling very confident, and we don't feel abundant subconsciously. We don't feel abundant, and we're not feeling very confident. And this is a time where we look at that and say, why? Why? Why don't I feel like I'm worthy of the success that is mine for the picking? What is holding me back? And just asking that question And just even seeing right now, the response that comes up, that's going to be what's holding you back from your millions. You know, what's holding you back from your millions is your fear. And I don't want to say, oh, okay, well, if you release your fear, then all of a sudden the millions will come. Well, if we release our fear and we go after what spirit is guiding us towards, what we desire, what spirit guides us towards, it doesn't mean that we get to quit, our day job. It doesn't mean that we'll all of a sudden become millionaires, but our life will be a heck of a lot richer and we'll feel more settled within ourselves. And we won't be like everybody else in the world, walking around angry and miserable and frustrated and wanting more and wanting more and wondering why, if I'm consuming and consuming, I'm not happy, right? I'm never satiated. Because that's how our world is. It's even like we eat food, it's a zillion million calories, right? Fast food, McDonald's, a zillion million calories and never satiates us. Our world is fantastic at that. And here is our chance to rebel against it. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon and God bless. Bye.